these are the only two trades you need to watch today and this week. Now, Bitcoin is sitting here at around 76,900, and I've been telling you about this level for the past 2 weeks. I mean, this show here on the $100 Club, I actually said that we're going to come down. Bitcoin was up here at about $78,000, $79,000, and I said that we're going to come down here about 77,000, and from there potentially take a long. In the community, I shared it as well, and this is exactly what you see. We came down here, and I do believe that this could be the probability, the great probability long that we've been waiting for. I'm going to tell you why I think there is two trades to look out for. One is short, one is long, and what are the levels that I am actually looking for. If you don't know who I am, my name is 𝗏𝗏. I do these updates every single day. 5 minutes, actionable, been here since 2016. So if you want to come along, that's amazing. Subscribe to the channel and join in the community. I share my thoughts here completely free. It's basically a channel. So link in the description. Let's go. One of the very important things is that I still believe that this is basically the final countdown, okay? So I do believe that we are going to go sub 60, and I see some people here are smart asses and they're like, yeah, you told us more 60, all that. So, but I do believe that we are still going down to sub 60,000, at least sub 70,000, but I'm most likely sub 60. The question is from there, and the reason why I say it's final countdown, because if you look at the market, I mean, if you look at the daily chart, this does not stream long. I mean, I know that the internal trend here might look extremely bullish, but I mean, if you zoom out a little bit, you know, there is this saying, when in doubt, zoom out. I mean, this here does not look like something that I really want to long heavily into the next month or weeks or months. But truth be told, as I said here on the lower time frame, you have to trade the chart that there is. So what I made the mistake previously is that I've been longing, shorting on every single rejection area. But what I didn't take into consideration is that the market can stay irrational longer than I can stay solvent. So, or you can stay solvent. So basically what I'm doing is the following. I'm gonna play the chart as is until we see a 4-hour break. The 4-hour break basically confirms a reversal on the daily. And also this level down here is the daily low at 74,700. So this is a very, very strong level. Make no mistake. Trade one. If we see a close below here, at least on the 4-hour, if we see it on the daily, it's a no-brainer. But if we see it on the 4-hour as well, I am going to start scaling into short positions heavily. I actually, that, you know, in the community, I posted the other day, and I actually think I posted yesterday. So if I see, where is it? I said playing the lower time trend until the 4 hours broken. Once it is heavy short. So I am going to start taking heavy shorts if we break below that level. Also, this have to be aligned with the total market cap. So on the total market cap, I'm looking at 2.48 trillion, right? 2.48 trillion. If this level does break, is game over for me, in my opinion, and I do believe that we are going to go much lower. The second trade, though, as I said, you gotta look out for the chart as it comes, right? So if I look at this here and I go into the 1 hour chart, I see, first of all, if you've been, you know, if you're in the community, this is absolute madness. I mean, there is literally, this is why you have stop losses, but I mean, the fact that we have a V-shaped recovery on a 1 hour time frame after coming down to 50% and then still get stopped, this means complete fuckery in the market. It's I have not seen this, maybe never. Like it's very difficult to trade the market, and this is exactly why you have a stop loss in place. I actually read something the other day from this guy that says the market doesn't pay you to predict the future. Read that again. It pays you to manage your behavior while the future remains unknown. So even though I thought this was going to be an amazing trade, you just manage expectations. You risk 1% of your account or whatever you see fit, and then if you get stopped, that's actually not bad because you would be down 2.5% more. You know, if you take a 5x trade, that's 10% more that you would have lost. Now the stop loss is here. But what I'm saying is the following. There are two ways to play the long, because I do believe that we have to bounce here. That is what would make sense, but again, no one actually knows. Would make sense until we break that we do have a bounce here. That is actually a nice bounce that is coming, about 8% if we sweep the highs. Even if we just come back here to this fair value gap, I do believe that's still at like a 5 to 7% trade that I would like to take. There are two ways of going at it. One is that I just take a long position here, I put the stop loss below the daily low, and I forget about it. It's 2.7%. It's easily doable. 2.7 R daily low, 4 hour low. I am going to open a position here that is going to be going into the daily high targeting. Can it be stopped? Yes, but it would get stopped. I have confirmation for the short, and I'm gonna, flip short, and it's absolutely fine. So this is one of the ways going at it. The second is that is more confirmation, so less probability of getting stopped, and that is to wait for a 15-minute market structure shift. The problem with that is that, again, what I see here is that the same high, which is the high for the 15-minute, is the high for the hourly. So the problem here is that I would have to wait about a 2% move before I can even confirm that there is a reversal happening. I mean, most likely, because you see here the same thing. I didn't long here, even though it looked good. I didn't long here because I was waiting for the 1 hour. I longed here, and then got stopped here. So obviously this is not a certainty that is going to happen. But if I look at this here and I see this chart here, I do believe that a long makes sense, even though that the high would be at 78,453. So the second scenario, though, if you want to take it, so to say, much more confirmed, you can bait for a setup like this: 50% layer in here, 50% layer in here, and then you have about a 1.5% stop loss instead of having a 2-3% stop loss. And that just makes sense if you actually care about the risk reward here, which you should, but ultimately it doesn't really matter because you still have a 1 to 2 risk reward. I mean, even if you layer it down, you have a little bit higher risk reward, but then you also risk of missing out on this move. So it depends on what you want to do. For me, it makes much more sense, especially I'm going to travel to a conference. I'm going to actually interview 𝗬𝗢𝗓. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to talk about it a little bit later. But ultimately, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a position in here, and I am going to just simply leave the 4 hour below, the stop loss below here at the 4 hour, and then just go from there, potentially target all the way up here. I'm going to have this as a manual stop. The reason is because I want to see a close below. So even if it wicks down, even if it starts wicking down and goes down and it closes above this level at 74,800 on the 4 hour chart, I'm not going to close it. I need to see a close below for me to invalidate this thesis. Otherwise, I do believe that we can see a push. If you go into the daily, I do believe we can see a push into this order block up here. So that would mean around $86,000, $87,000 possibly. That would be a 1 to 3 risk reward trade. I think it makes a lot of sense, both on the daily, both on the 4 hour. So this is what I'm looking for. Obviously, manage risk. I wanted to tell you one more thing, which is pretty amazing, that we had our first 100x Club meetup, which was an eye opener for me. It was truly an eye opener. We had some nice food with the guys. We had a meetup with Guti, a La Liga legend, Real Madrid legend. We spent an incredible time with all these winners. All we did was they traded on Toobit. There's a link in the description. Toobit is our partner, known KYC, available worldwide, and they are title sponsors for La Liga in the MENA region. And so what we did, and we're gonna do much more of, is sign up using the link in the description. Just start trading on Toobit. You have some nice bonuses as well. You will see it down in the description. But also, we're gonna have much more of this. I want to do this every quarter, so we're gonna have something cool. We went played paintball. It was in Madrid. It was phenomenal. So massive shout out to Toobit. The guys also loved it. I'm going to write a whole post about it with pictures and whatnot. But just go and sign up to Toobit if you want to participate in this stuff. There's a link in the description. And just try out the platform also. It's amazing. Great fees, great execution, great liquidity. You got stocks, you got commodities. So go and try them out. Link in the description. And again, massive shout out for them for making this happen for us. Guys, this is it. Join in the community. I will be traveling. So join in the community so I can post stuff when I'm not available, and I will drop an update tomorrow as well from the hotel if possible. And yeah, much love, take care, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.